But I hate when a thinks everyone's copying her. So like, I'm not even literally kidding you. She could like be online tomorrow saying he me with the toothbrush and I'd still be like, that is a coincidence. Wow, that's a fun game though, playing like who could be on White Lotus and who couldn't.
Not David. Like David, no. He's not the White Lotus vibes.
That laugh.
Yeah.
That laugh is not giving White Lotus
Yeah, they
resort.
wouldn't let you in. Yin and yang. Yeah, we didn't know if it went together, but
I just feel like I want to be this. Like I want to have the eye and the hair.
This. No, the last episode I'm taking the wig off so I can be back to my hair because I miss that. I'm like, oh, I want that hair.
I want that. Honestly, maybe I'll try to put it on.
Okay. I would help you. I don't know how, but you can do like bobby pins or something.
I'm going to try to put it on. That'd be funny.
They hairspray it and just like blow dry it. It's like they put some hairspray and dry it.
Maybe I'll put a hat. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute. Get the Von Dutch.
Yeah.
Leopard on leopard on leopard.
Trisha, I'm doing it. Okay.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
Hello.
We're back. We're going to get right into questions, but I did have something I was going to bring up. I know.
Listen, we are trying so hard to fight the yap.
Yeah.
But it's not who we are innately. Go ahead. I want to know. I'm nosy.
We ended a Patreon and you left off on such a good topic that I was like, oh, wait, I want to address this on the mainstream Not Loveline. Welcome back to Not Loveline, by the way. We're not doctors. We're not experts. We don't even give relationship advice hardly anymore. We're just like yapping. But we will at least get to a few questions. We're going to try to lock
in today. And
I swear I'm going to get through this quick and fast. Oh my God, but we were talking right before this about the way we sleep, which is not what I was going to talk about, but you said you slept at 59 degrees.
Yes, I like want to feel as close to being in like a morgue as possible. I want to be freezing.
But then you said to get up, you have to be hot?
Yes. Because if I'm even like, if it's even like 77 in my room, I like wake up like, and like I can't sleep hot. So I have to make myself hot to like get up. I think it's from growing up poor because like I lived in Vegas and it'd be like 110 degrees outside, no exaggeration. And my dad would never use the air conditioning. So like I could never sleep hot. So like when I got money, that was the very first thing I was excited to have was air conditioning. Yes. And like I love it now. Like, but almost in my formative years, like, you know what I mean? Being hot while I slept and hating it.
Gives you that with childhood where like, okay, I'm going to be up now.
Yeah, like I can't sleep hot to save my life. I want to feel like I want to be shivering.
Freezing. I love being freezing.
My hands are outside of the covers. I want them to hurt from how cold they are.
Oh, the best. I do love that too. It's just like being nice and cozy. Do you see the trend now, morning routines where they like dunk their face in ice water?
These people, and it's like I know all these things help, and I'm being a hater from the outside because I'm waking up. I rip the pink battery until I rise, and then I go have my awful diabetes coffee creamer. It's not even coffee; it's white. My drink, like I wish I was cold plunging and ice rolling, and
you should try it. You should try a morning routine at 4 a.m. because that's when they get up. They get their 4 a.m. meditation, workout, ice face bath, whatever they're doing.
By the time I actually like these people go into work after that, by the time I actually had to do something, I'd be like crying.
Well, I always wonder if they go into work. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's like a male fitness influencers that do that. You haven't seen these?
I've seen the girlies doing it.
There's like the whole male trend, and like literally their whole morning is just them taking care of themselves, which is like good. But it's like they go to the gym, they go swimming, they do this, and then they get in their fancy car, drive, put on a suit, but then they just like go to a restaurant and have like steak frites, like steak and fries or something. And I'm just like, what is this day in the life? It's so weird.
It's like it's like good for you, and I imagine that you feel amazing. And I'm sure that if I did all of that, I would then eventually start feeling better and having more energy. Yeah. But like at this point in my life, like I'm dedicating all of my energy to my job and like my whatever, like the idea. Well, and a lot of it is like not fake approved. Like I'm gonna cold plunge my tan and blowout off.
Oh yeah, your tan would be gone. Yeah, mine too.
As I'm pale and I'm having one of those days.
You're looking so cute. No, I was having dysmorphia. I felt like Morticia Addams.
I want to look like you so bad right now.
I want to look like this. You look like hot soccer mom married to a race car driver.
And that's womanhood, like within itself. Like we're sitting across from each other, wanting what the other one has.
It's like, but you look so good right now.
And you look so good right now.
No, I'm not.
I just without the lash and the tan and all of it, I feel naked today. I also am restarting my Depop after all that I talked about Alyssa Violet on Depop. So I'm wearing clothes that I want to sell before I sell them.
It's going on Depop tomorrow.
But obviously, if you want to sell something, you don't live for it, So it's like...
No, I don't agree. I like selling tour costumes on Poshmark because I love it. I just don't have like room. Like I have zero room.
That's true. It's like I do love this dress and I've worn it a lot in my life, but I need to get rid of it now. So I guess it's things for me that are like tired. I did love it for so long.
Someone's gonna look so cute. Do you have your Depop set up?
I do have it set up. By the time this is out, I'm sure it will be
what it is?
up and running.
What it's called? How they find you?
Something Tana Mojo. I don't.
My closet's Trish P88 on Poshmark. Go check out. My mom every day, you saw her here, every day she's coming, shipping stuff out. She ships hundreds of dollars of clothes out every day. People just like, and they went to the meet and greets like, and I'm like, oh, I know that dress. Like it's yours. I was like, I love it. And even like smaller girls get it like tailored to them. And then there's girls who are exactly my size and like, I can't believe we're the same size. And it's like weird because like I'm a 2X and everything. So like it's weird how many body types it fits.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tall, small. It's like this traveling pants. They kind of fit everybody.
And it is cool. Like there's so many pieces that I'm getting rid of right now that I love so dearly. Yeah. So it's like it's gonna be nice to give it a whole new life. Like my shoes, you know how my feet won't stop growing?
Yeah, same.
I'm getting rid of so many shoes that I love. So it's breaking my heart because it's like I don't want to get rid of this. My feet won't stop growing.
That was me. I had size 7s and I bought every Louboutin in size 37s and then I couldn't. I had to get 38s and I remember at the time I was selling them where I was like, she's broken. I truly like maybe I was at the time, but that's not why I was selling them. I really needed to buy new shoes.
Yeah.
So I had to sell all my shoes to get these new ones.
Louboutins are also so uncomfortable.
I don't know how Zendaya does
banned
it.
myself.
So Kate's.
That was one of the first things I ever like. I don't know. I feel like when you first get money, you think of like the designer things that are like the serious flex, or especially at whatever time that was, like 2016 or 15.
Yep.
Everyone had Louboutins, you know, and that was one of the first things I
daffodils.
got. And then I was like, oh my, they're the most painful shoe. I know that they just made the Zendaya ones.
The So Kate's, yeah.
Yes, like they made a new one to be more comfortable. It's the first Louboutin ever with a foot pad, I guess. And like
those are the most uncomfortable because they're so narrow and pointy and they're awful.
And it's tippy toe. Like, I mean, even the creator of Louboutin has said, like, we're making these not for comfort, for the look of it. And they feel that way. I ban myself from them. I'll never buy a pair so long as I live.
Same.
Unless they were $100 and a kitten heel maybe on Depop or something. That, but like
I'll do a YSL tribute. Those are the only ones I can kind of like walk in, and that's if I really want to wear a heel.
What is that? The strappy one?
Yeah, they're like strappy. Yeah, they're like gladiator style ones. Those are kind of comfortable. Other than that, I'm in ballet flats. I have the little, I don't know what brand. Maybe it's called Kate, KHAITE. Have you seen those?
I've seen the ballet flats
that like mesh with like crystals on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw them. I think Sophia, we're talking about Sophia Richie. I think she wears them. So I was like, ooh, I'm going to get, and I'll be in a dressed up flat all day long.
I love a dressed up ballet flat. I've been wanting the Miu Miu ballet flats, but with my big honkers, it's not giving ballet. It's giving ballet.
Oh, you would be cute in it. Which one do you want? Like the ballet slippers, the ones that look like slippers?
Yes, and then they have the little Miu Miu strap across it. But I own other ballet flats and I never wear them. So I can't ever justify buying something designer if I don't wear the like other version of it that I have, you know.
The Kate flats I talk about because I went from a Mean Girls. I have like 10 pairs of them. They're like $900 each, but I like don't want them to ever like go away. Like, and you know, like they straight up style. So I literally bought like 10 pairs in nude and 10 pairs in black because they're so dressy. And every time we wear them out, people are always like, even like Masters, wherever we go, they're like, they're so cute. So I'm like, I'm getting 1,000 pairs of them.
I want to try. They're comfy.
They're so comfy. They're like mesh, nude and black, and then they have the crystals, and they're the Kate brand.
I need to try.
KHAITE. And I think it's Sophia Richie. I think that's why I found it. Anyways, what it was, we were talking about the last one is like, okay, on Patreon, we were talking about someone is dating a tennis player, some influencer you follow is dating a tennis player. And so you're like, okay, that's like her lifestyle now is her at like the tennis game being all cutesy. But did you see your rebrand? Everyone thinks of you. Do you see the surfer surfing with the Birkin bag?
Oh, yes, Trisha. That's so funny. She just showed me that. There's this video of this blonde wakeboarding.
It looks like you.
And she looks just like me, honestly. She's a full blonde. She's in a full outfit, stilettos, and she's on a wakeboard. And I give everyone my word. I will recreate that at some point in my life.
Do you know, 100%. You said you surf with Makoa.
I'm learning how to, and that's very different. Like, you can never do that surfing because like the wakeboarding, it works because she got off the boat in the fit. And then you have to be that good at wakeboarding because obviously once she falls into the water,
the purse goes in
and the hair and the fit is no longer like it's so because she walked off the boat, got on the wakeboard, and is like able to not fall off and surf.
Do you think you can do a wakeboard?
I've tried wakeboarding. It's hard as it would take me like probably 5 months of wakeboarding to be able to do what that girl was doing in that video. So
that looks so slaying. I love that everyone like thought that was you. Like I thought it was you too. And everyone's like, this is her rebrand. And I was like, wait, so when you're talking about the girl at like the tennis games, I'm like, but you're the girl that's like at the surfer games with your boyfriend, just with your Birkin, looking so
my God,
like,
you're onto something because I get tagged in that every day. I should honestly just post that on my account and say it's me because who is that?
Who is that? That's what I want to know. Like, who did it?
She's so for that. She really is so fucking for that. That's so funny. Trisha like wasn't telling me what she was going to bring up. She's like, no, I'm saving it. It's cute. And I have such anxiety. I'm like, what scandal was I in 2017?
No, I love that this is the thing. Or the other one that I was going to bring up, and this is like so old tea even by the time we're filming this, but whatever, is like Millie Bobby Brown looking just like you.
Someone just texted me while I was in the bathroom, one of my friends, and was like, I keep seeing Millie Bobby Brown and thinking it's you.
The like updo that she's doing, like the roots, the blonde, like everything. I was just like, what? Why do you guys look so similar?
I have a whole album in my phone of all of our like similar looks, and I don't think Millie Bobby Brown even knows who I am. Maybe now people are commenting it so much. It's wild. I opened up a TikTok of her the other day, and it was just of her talking, and the top comment was like, I thought this was Tana Mongeau, and it had 250,000 likes. Like, I was like,
wild. And like, I mean, you're on the mood board somewhere for sure, because I'm just like, this is Tana, and it's just such a different vibe and style. And I know people are like, she's gunning for like the Britney Spears role, but I'm like, this is giving like Tana, and someone somewhere is watching you and like your style.
I have like 9 insane comparisons where we've worn the same thing. I don't have the album put together. I started it because look, there's this one. This was my birthday, right? And I wore this.
Oh my God.
And I was in Hawaii and I hammered, and you don't even want to see. You look so good. But look at her.
Was that the only one in the album? Just one in your album?
Yeah, because I have it all in my screenshots, but
putting it together.
I need to put it together
on a plane. That's a good time to do it.
I know, I should.
Wi-Fi.
Well, it's because it's just like funny to look at her here. She has the same wavy hair in the green, and it was her birthday, and I have like
what?
I have like 9 like this that are wild, and I'm like, I would love to.
That one's crazy.
And I'm sure she is like, if she's gunning for a Britney Spears role, she's fighting the Tana Mongeau allegations tooth and nail. I would be too, but I would love to like meet up with her and like whatever. She's so cool. I love Millie Bobby Brown.
That one like looked. I mean, you have to put it side by side now on TikTok. That's great.
I know. I've
never
like
seen
9
that one.
more that are that insane. I'm not kidding. Like same silver dress for one of them. There's a leopard coat one where we look identical. It's like
what
wild.
If she's like cosplaying you?
I would live.
I think so. You know what?
I would get the nosebleed and I would start being 11. Like if she came out and said that, but I know that obviously once again, she's probably like, stop saying that. Like that's probably enough for her to like go brunette, you know?
No, I feel like she loves it. There was a Rihanna one, and it was like 3 months after, and it was the exact same like look. It was like a blonde updo I did with like leopard and the coat, and everyone did it. But then the spaghetti and meatballs and the way it was like hanging out of her mouth, it was like exactly. I was just like, oh my God, I think I'm in the mood board for this.
And like celebrities are just people too, like you know, like they see things and take inspiration. But I just hold Millie Bobby Brown to a very high standard in my head. Her new marriage, she's never done a damn thing wrong, right? Yeah. So there's no world where like I'm actually her inspiration. She probably just went blonde and she's wearing things. You know what's funny is I was showing McCullough all of this in bed one night. I was showing him all the things that Millie Bobby Brown and I have worn that are the same. And McCullough goes, baby, I love you. I don't mean this in the slightest mean way at all. What haven't you worn?
Oh, that's tea. Like, that is true.
I was like, you are so real. Because like I've worn...
But that's everything. So cool too. Like, don't you love that? Like, or like a digital footprint. Like when people are like talking about their high school, I just type in like Trisha Paytas high school and like my pictures pop up. Trisha Paytas like brown feet. Like it comes, you know, like whatever it is, there's something that comes up because you've done and worn so much. So that is kind of cool actually, that no matter what you wear, you could find a comparison of someone like copying you. Be like, actually I wore that first, you know?
And then it's a certain type of narcissism to really believe that someone is copying you. Like I seriously, sincerely, even as crazy as the Millie stuff is, I don't necessarily know if I believe that.
It's not narcissism because like everyone's saying it, everyone else is saying it too. It's like, okay, like obviously it's accurate.
I weirdly hate it when I always tell you this, but I hate when a thinks everyone's copying her. So like I'm not even literally kidding you. She could like be online tomorrow saying he me with the toothbrush and I'd still be like, that is a coincidence.
But you would love it because we talked about how we like copying people.
I do love.
So it's like, to me, I think that's like such a slay. I was like, oh my God, she's like dressing like me. That's so cool.
If there's ever a world where like she even took an ounce of inspiration from me, that's so I love her, but I'm not claiming that.
She's never responded to anything. You haven't seen any. Like,
no, I DM'd her too, and I was like,
what did I say? I love that.
I always send my DMs at like 3 a.m, and then I don't remember what I said, and it's like she left me unseen for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I haven't sent a DM actually. I just lied.
She's on one now.
What should I say? I feel like I should be like, hey twin. Should I say hey twin?
Let's say hey twin. That's cute.
Okay.
She's kind of the it girl right now. She is kind of like everywhere, and she looks so good, and she looks great in the blonde. Like I love it. But you guys like look so identical. It's like actually crazy.
Just DM Millie Bobby Brown. Hey twin.
I
like, take my phone away.
But she might be like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you meet people and they're like, oh, I'm like a fan of you, and it's like the wildest thing. You know?
Didn't she date like Jacob Sartorius? Or am I making that up?
I think that's Rebecca Black. Someone did. No, who did? Oh, Lauren Gray.
Really?
Right? I don't know. I had some TikToker on that. I think
Millie Bobby Brown dated Jacob Sartorius.
2018.
Yeah, now she's married.
to Bon Jovi's son, right?
Yeah. And she was telling a really cute story about him on Call Her Daddy. I saw a clip of that.
What'd you say?
She was just saying how her dad like always tests the guys that she's with, and like he passed all the tests with like flying colors and like
Who's
road
that?
trip.
Millie Bobby Brown's dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that they like all road tripped in an RV together and stuff. And that
that's
he was like
cute.
down. Like they're so cute. Every time I hear a story about them or like their proposals or anything, like whatever, it's all so cute.
She's like trying to have babies already. She's like, I'm ready to get a mom. I love that. I'm happy for them.
Yeah. So
He is
iconic.
cute.
We love you, Millie Bobby Brown. I am Millie Bobby Beige, and I love you.
Please come on, Not Loveline. We love you
Yeah,
so much.
imagine.
No, she's so cute. You guys should definitely need to collab or something.
I would absolutely love to, but like I said, fully understand if she doesn't
Yeah,
want to.
she is kind of like blowing up. She's like that girl.
And
She
she's
has been that
very
girl.
safe. Like she's never done anything wrong in her
Yeah.
life ever. She's been 11, been sweet, and then got married. Like, you know, like
she's
it's
just wholesome.
yeah,
living
very
her
much
life.
so. And we love that
We love
for
her. Okay, I'm glad we got to address
Have
all
you
Tana's
ever-
hot topics.
Have you ever? Yeah, you're so funny. Wait, I want to know.
Because that's all I was thinking. I'm glad we haven't talked about this.
I know we really haven't.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody copy you, or you thought they were copying you?
No, I do copy everyone. So there's like truly, I would never be like, oh my god, they copied me. Like even your birthday one's like pretty original, unless you were like copying someone. But it's like that looked pretty like just a Tana outfit that you would wear.
Yeah, I was just drunk in neon in Hawaii.
Yeah, but like the way it was framed and everything set up like that. Yeah, no, I mean no. I copied too many people, so you know
You can't copy Trisha Paytas also. Like if any other was doing like all the like covering Shallow or like doing anything that you do, it'd be like, okay.
Nobody wants to do that. Nobody's trying to do my route. They're like, no, thank you.
I don't know if I agree with that at all.
But
I
that's
love
the beauty. We're talking about being on lane. I kind of love doing like weird things because it's like no one's trying to go down
it's
my
also
path.
like your mind. You know what I mean? Like even your mind is so special. Like with the things that you think of and like your creativity level and the things you want to do. I always am just like, to have Trisha Paytas' creative
oh my God,
mind.
thanks. Well, you're very creative too.
But you're the GOAT.
We do have like, it's so funny the different creativities. We were talking about your like pickle thing, and I'm like, that's so funny. Like that's something I would never think about doing. And you're just like, I'm making a pickle boat, and we're doing a photo shoot for it. And I was like, I love that for you.
I am so excited. It's just because I love pickles, and I've been wanting to release pickles for so long.
No,
so.
it's actually so cute. I was like so happy for you, but I'm like, that's just how different everything we do creatively, but in a good way.
But it's nice because I don't know. It's nice that we have things that we can tell each other about that the other one is not. Like, I'm never going to do Broadway.
Yeah.
And I love to hear about it.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like hear about the things that you're doing and live vicariously through. Like,
Or like you were talking about like private jets and like the men that would fly you on there. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that lifestyle at any point.
I didn't even want that. I swear.
Really?
Yeah. Because you end up just owing men, Yeah. And I have a lot of girlfriends who like do that, like have the daddies that like pay for everything. And it's cool until it's not. There's a lot of dark sides to all of that. Even I was talking about that with her the other day. I was like, it's nice and all, but we always talk about that whenever we see like the girl dating the rich man in the White Lotus scenario.
Yeah.
They're usually not happy,
Yeah, like what are you giving up for? That's why we always talk about this too. Like Holly talking about Playboy is like, oh, okay. Makes me feel a little better about not being invited to live there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh my,
Still
and
jealous,
isn't it funny
though.
that at one point, because I felt this so hard, it was the dream.
Yeah.
Like all you wanted to do was be invited to live at the Playboy Mansion. And now looking back, it's like all you didn't want to do.
Yeah, I know. Like, thank God. I know. I remember just being like, I hope he stays alive until I'm 18. And then like, he did, but it didn't last very long.
No, and I made Hefner. I love Hugh Hefner.
Did you ever
I
go?
loved
Did you ever go to Playboy Mansion?
No, because by the time I I think Hostess owned it. Because
The cupcakes?
Yeah, like the Twinkie people bought the Playboy Mansion. I guess like the cream filled, they've got something in common.
Did they tear it down, huh? They tear down Playboy Mansion?
Did they? Can you look it up? I wanna know.
I think there was like a thing.
Because then like Marston Hefner lived next door, right?
Oh, I didn't know all that.
I know
Did
too
he come
much.
on your podcast or am I tripping?
You are tripping.
He never did.
I
Why do I feel
would.
like maybe he went on Girls Next Level? I was
Actually-
like, I saw him somewhere.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I think
you went on Girls
Yeah,
Next
I think
Level.
he did. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they get
I'm
the
watching
guests.
that tonight.
I know. I was like, I want him on Just Trish. Like, I have so many questions.
Well, he's like very different from his dad, right?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
always very not.
Kind of involved though, but yeah, very
business
different.
involved, but not involved in the. I don't think he like.
There's one problematic son. Must be the other one. There's one that kind of had
Might
like
have been him.
that dated a Playboy model. That there was like allegations against him, but I'm not sure if that's Marston or the other one.
Been him.
Really?
I
don't know the other one.
I don't know the
Cooper
one.
is the other one. Cooper.
Yes.
This episode of Not Loveline is sponsored by SeatGeek. It's summer. That means those tickets are hot, hot, hot. If you're like, wait, I really wanted to see Lady Gaga, but they're sold out. Oh no, I wanted to see Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico, but it's sold out. SeatGeek has you covered. You can find last minute tickets at really great prices. Get them now as a gift. People are like, how did you get them? You could say SeatGeek. Thank you so much to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's episode. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. Something for everyone, okay? I love music, I love theater, but there's also sports for the people who love sports in your life. Right now, you can get tickets to Beyonce, who just came here in LA, and everyone was like, how do we get a ticket? SeatGeek. Kendrick Lamar and SZA's on tour, Tyler, the Creator, Charlie XCX, Raul Alejandro, Dua Lipa, Tate McRae, Post Malone, The Weeknd, and more. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good, and red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you know what came through for you guys? You can use code NOTLOVELINE10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off tickets with promo code NOTLOVELINE10. So download SeatGeek today and put NOTLOVELINE10 into that promo code so you get 10% off so you can have a fun yet economical summer. Enjoy your life. Live it. Music. Community. We just want to be out there with everyone, having a good time. Life's too short. Get the tickets, but also get 10% off. NOTLOVELINE10 at SeatGeek. Thanks, SeatGeek, for sponsoring today's episode. I don't know which one is which, but
Yeah.
Still there.
The Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, they didn't.
Renovated. 10 million renovation.
$10 million in renovations.
Wow, I'd love to see it renovate. I would love
gonna
to go. I would still
go.
go just because of how long of my life I was obsessed with it.
That's what I'm saying. They kind of almost should revive it. Not for like the darkness that was like Hugh Hefner, but like all the girls that made it so cool and
Yes.
fun. And give it like a retro vibe so girls can just go.
That
And
gave me chills because it is crazy. Like Playboy was ran on the backs of all of these women, and and Hugh Hefner just got all the credit. How nuts!
which is crazy. I know it's like Pamela, Marilyn, even Barbie, Holly, like all those girls made it. We wanted to be in Playboy because of them.
And
you know?
it all kind of rooted in, because even that's what blew up Playboy kind of, right? Was him having Marilyn Monroe on the cover.
Yeah.
But he bought those images in a sketchy way. And like, she never approved that. And like, I can only imagine, even because was she alive at the time?
Yeah, it was like the 50s.
So yeah, so imagine like a naked image of you that you necessarily maybe didn't know was gonna go mainstream is now in this magazine. Like, I
know.
Obviously I don't know Marilyn Monroe, and I can't speak for Marilyn Monroe. I didn't think I'd be saying those words today.
I love the disclaimer.
But like, you could imagine that there was maybe a world where she was like, wait, I didn't want these images of me bought and publicized. So it started
because it also was like before she blew up. I believe it was 1955 was her pictorials, the first issue of Playboy, and I think it's probably when she was blowing up. Like 55 was probably like the era like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, because she died in 62, so she probably was like 1958 was probably her first movie.
Yeah, and he bought their images that she took before she blew up, and then he bought them and like whatever, and that's kind of wild. Like no one ever was mad about that, you know.
Right, and they should have been like
even like Kim K when she did Playboy. If you go back and watch that, I just rewatched that episode of the Kardashians like recently. She very much was asking him and saying like, I don't want to be naked. Do I have to be naked? And he was like, yes, you have to.
Hugh Hefner was on it.
Yeah, he's in the episode of the Kardashians. It's funny as honestly to watch back.
Was it Chris there too? Was it the pearls?
Yes, and Chris was being so like unhinged a little bit.
Chris is unhinged.
I miss the old Kardashians. Like I love the new seasons, but the unhingedness.
I don't like the unhinged. I never watched Unhinged. I would see clips and be like, wow, this looks trashy. Them like hitting each other and stuff. Like I hated the screaming, the chaos. You love the chaos.
Of course.
I love just pretty glam, just boring, just sit on your couches and talk. Like I love that. Like the hitting trigger. I didn't even watch it, but I would see it and I was like, oh my God, this is like so triggering.
And like
yell at each
Courtney
other.
and Scott's relationship was so insane. Like back in the fighting and all the crazy town. It was much more, I guess. Yeah.
I don't want to see any of that. So I like their.
You're real for that.
But I love that you're real for liking the chaos.
Protect your peace, though.
Even back then, I was like, trashy. How's everything? But love them now.
Yeah.
Tana's beef with the Kardashians continue. We just saw the TikTok clip from the last episode.
We're literally in the glam room, and I open up my For You page, and it's me talking about the Kardashians on Loveline, and it says Tana's beef with the Kardashians. And I'm like, what?
What did I say?
Because we filmed for so long. I get anxiety around Loveline sometimes because I'm like, I have no idea what I said.
Yeah, but it's always good.
Yeah, but Jimmy, he's like the best editor, and he has my back. And everything I've ever said or am ever saying is true, but sometimes doesn't mean it
But
needs to be
Devin
out
too,
there.
he kind of knows. He always knows like what you say versus what you not. Anyways, we love here. I know we film for, I guess people don't know, like 8 hours we've been doing now a day from noon to like 8 p.m. So
And we are so hardworking.
we are so hard. It's like a telethon. It is a telethon. It's like QVC. It's like
Yeah, you were comparing it to a radio show. That's how it feels for us over here, but in the best way. People always ask how we talk this much, and you know, it's our
crazy.
talent. It's our God-given gift to Yap.
Yeah, I was telling Moses, like, I love this job because it's just like you just get to like sit and talk for like 9 hours, and I get to sit. Like,
we hate standing.
It's the standing, but then he's like, some people like a mindless job. They don't want to talk for 8 hours. They like couldn't talk for 8 hours. So it's like I get that too. So that's
It's
why the
weirdly
world's
mindless
great.
to us though. Like I can like autopilot Yap. I was talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is, but I can autopilot
Yeah.
podcast. I can autopilot have a full conversation on a podcast and be somewhere else completely in my head, which is like horrifying.
Oh, interesting.
Like right now I'm here.
Yeah. Okay,
But
good.
I'm just saying like it's weird that I can do that.
Autopilot. Yeah, I can't, especially when I interview people or talk to someone. If I don't like really pay attention, then I just lose it. And I'm just like, I don't know where we're going.
It's like weird and scary.
This one, we never run out. And we've done it 2 days in a row, basically. So 8 hours, 2 days in a row, not running out.
But I love it.
Here we are.
Not
All right.
running out.
Let's take a call.
Devin said, and we said, okay.
Yes. Time for a call.
Because we will just yap forever, but we're trying to take more calls today. This episode hopefully is going to be for the caller lovers.
Yeah, we're doing 5 calls at least.
Okay.
30 minutes of yapping.
Okay.
Oh, so maybe not.
He cuts out the 30 minutes. He's like, 30 minutes done.
I can't say no.
Yeah,
I love you,
we
Devin.
love it.
Even if we don't listen to you at all, Devin, we appreciate you trying to
Tana
provide
said that. She's like, should I
structure.
stop you guys? She's like, you could try. Even if we ignore you, it's still great to try.
Yeah, it's great to know that we should shut the fuck up and take a call, you know?
No, I like it. I appreciate it.
Hi, Trisha and Tana. Oh my God. Like, the fact that y'all could hear me right now, like, this is like a potential is crazy. Anyway, I've been seeing this guy for like 4 months, and like, it's getting pretty serious, but I'm like kind of crazy, and I like, you know, I noticed that Instagram following number go up. Like, I can see it, and I can see, like, every time he follows a new girl, and I'm like, if you like me as much as you say you like me, what is the point of following new women on Instagram? And it's not like just like any women, they're like baddies. And it's like, damn, like why? Why do you want to look at that? Why do you want to follow them? Like I just feel like there's something up with that. Cause like, I really like him. There's no one else that I want to, you know, am I taking this too seriously? Like, am I being too crazy about it? Or would you be a little bothered? Like, I feel like I'm pretty valid, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I love you guys so much. Bye.
Aw, I love you.
We love you. You are not crazy.
You're not crazy. I think a lot of girls feel this way. Mm-hmm. Are they in a relationship or no? She just likes him.
Are they? They're in a relationship?
Oh, they're in a
Or no?
relationship?
They're like talking stage, I think. Yeah. I mean, regardless, it's
4 months.
It's so like, and so many girls deal with this problem, and so many men. It's to me, is this fucked up to say, but it's like men following Instagram baddies that they will never have or attain or know or is, to me, it feels like a corn addiction. It's like it's
right. That's true.
It's similar. It's not the same thing, but.
Yeah, I get that. Like, why did you follow? I guess if it's like someone you're interested in or like something, but like if it's just like a Instagram model just showing her body, it is like weird. Why do you have to follow her?
And it's the same thing because then we as women find ourselves comparing to those girls, these unattainable beauty standards, or same thing to the corn stars we find ourselves comparing. And in reality, it's incomparable and it's f***ing annoying. And you're so valid to feel like, you see this all the time, you know, where she's like, I don't need anyone else or anything else. Why does he? And I think it's important to call people out on this kind of shit. I do.
Yeah. Moses follows one person on TikTok, and that's me. It's so funny. Even people like he just like interacts with or like knows, like, you know, he doesn't follow. You don't follow a lot of people. Like, I don't think you follow like Moses or Oscar. And like, not in a bad way, but I was like, oh, that's kind of like cool. Cause you know, I just assume I should follow. I still don't follow Makoa. Because I don't know, not for any reason, but I was like, I guess like you, in theory, people
not.
should.
Now this is how I'm finding out I don't follow Moses. Like, sorry, Moses, because
No,
I'm always.
like, I know he didn't know that. I did because I was like so curious. I was just like, oh, it's like so interesting, like who you followed. I don't know why I like looked, but I was like, oh, like you don't follow Moses. But
And
it's
do
like
I not
not a bad
follow
thing.
Oscar either? You know what's funny is I follow Oscar Crave on Twitter. There's no way I follow Oscar Crave and not.
Oscar Crave's coming for his nachos. My dad met Oscar Crave at Broadway and was like, oh, Oscar, the host of the podcast. Like, he thought Oscar Crave, because he doesn't watch the podcast. But Oscar was at the Broadway show. I'm telling you, I'm like, Oscar Crave is coming for you. And even in my like last show, he wore a similar outfit Oscar wore the podcast.
That is so funny.
I love that you follow Oscar Crave. Anyways,
I need to follow Oscar.
No, it was something that because I was God, I don't even know how I looked. I don't know. I probably was just like looking to see who you follow, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting. But then I was like, I guess I really don't follow.
But then I follow like my mailman from 2018. I follow like thousands of people on Instagram. I've been meaning to go on a cleanse.
But I guess in a way, like a same gender. Like I'm like, I guess I don't follow Paige on like Instagram. I follow her on TikTok. But even then, I'm like, okay, is that like weird? Because like, I mean, now I know her, I've seen her a lot, but like at the beginning I'm like, is it weird to follow people you don't really know, like Makoa I met, but am I gonna follow him on Instagram? I don't know if I would see what I need to see through you of Makoa,
well, he just doesn't post, so you wouldn't get anything. I'm trying to get him to. I actually have been wanting to make him public his Instagram. Yeah. I'm like, get your bag, babe. He's on the fence, but we'll see.
Yeah. Moses never posts either. So like if you follow him, nothing happens. But I'm just like, it's so interesting because I'm just like, oh, like, should you follow someone or is it weird? And
I think this is different.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was getting to. Like this caller, I'm like you, where I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even checked if like most follow you, but I wouldn't be mad obviously now, but maybe early on I would be. I'd be like, well yeah, why are you following her?
Yeah. Like if he was just like, yeah, like now it's like, okay, like we see each other and like whatever, but I just think it's so strange. Like it's such a strange phenomenon, all these men following when they have a girlfriend, because it's like, or have a girl, it's just like, go look, maybe go on your explore page and whatever, but like following them is just, and it's like men love to play dumb. Men love to be like, I don't know why you don't care about that, like it's just Instagram, like who cares, like I just like things mindlessly, like you hear all those stupid excuses, and it's like, you are smart enough to know why this would be frustrating, and there's no like, yes, she could turn around and follow like Noah Beck, but it's just like not the same thing.
Not the same at all. Not the same at all.
It's just, I don't know. And I think that there is the caliber of men who do it, and there's the caliber of men who don't do it. And sometimes it's hard to have that fight with the man who doesn't want to see that. Because there's a lot of men where you, like I said, she might bring it up to him and he's going to be like, well, who cares? I don't know them, whatever. And it's like, well, then maybe that type of guy just isn't for you if it really bothers you and it sucks. Yeah. But maybe you need someone who's touching grass more and grateful for what's actually in front of them, or you get over it and you don't care. But I understand why people do care.
Of course. And like if it bothers you, that's fine. Like if it doesn't bother someone else, fine. But if it bothers you, then don't be. Because I did date a guy who would always like sexy girls' Instagram, and he would say the same thing. He's like, I just like every photo. Like I just like everyone's photos for interaction, engagement,
it's like, what,
whatever.
do you have a thumb disorder? Like you're an idiot.
Yeah. And then then I found someone like Moses who like doesn't like follow anything, like he's just not even on social media, which I kind of like in that sense of like consuming content. And I like need that to make me feel secure, because I think if I had a guy that was just like liking even like your photos, I've had a guy that was just like constantly liking your photos. It's weird. Stuff. Like it may be weird, or commenting. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I guess now it's like I'm married. Maybe it's different. But even so, I think it's
still weird. I do. I remember the first time Makoa told me that he thinks liking photos of other girls would be considered cheating, and I've dated all these men in Los Angeles who literally would sooner die before uttering those words. And I was like, I almost had like conditioned myself to not care. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I was like, whoa, like dating someone who like feels that before I even like would think to say anything. It just like shifted my perspective a lot. I've never really cared about people watching porn like flippantly. I think a porn addiction is different. Yeah. But now I think if I was dating someone who was like liking Brecky Hill's photos, I would be like, well, you go try to get her then. Okay? Because she wouldn't want your in left, right, up, down, or diagonal. Can I tell you,
but men at every age, my mom dated someone like seriously for a couple of years that was like so obsessed with Jennifer Aniston, and he worked on like a late night talk show when like Jennifer Aniston would come, like he would literally like try to like get with her, and so my mom was just like, what the hell? So anyways, when they would watch her on the movies, she's like, will you try to get with Jennifer Aniston? And he's just like, well, you have to shoot your shot with them if you see them. I'm like, that's crazy. Guys are so delusional. And this guy was like in his 50s. I was like, that's crazy that you see someone on movies, and because you see them in real life, you think, well, I have to shoot the shot even if I'm with someone. I'm like, that's crazy.
Jennifer Aniston would rather die.
Literally, no one's nothing to do with this person.
That is so funny. Like, it's even just before liking Instagram photos, there'd be men doing that.
And any age. I mean, there, and like you said, I think there's just guys that are like that and guys that aren't. And it's like, if you can handle it and you don't care, because some women are so easy and they're like, couldn't care less. And then some people care, and I care deeply about that kind of stuff. And that would like bother me and annoy me. And yeah, and the corn, like some people are like, oh yeah, I'm fine if it's casual. I'm like, I don't even like it if it's casual. I'm like, that, I don't know, like I don't want to see, I don't want to know about it. Like, why are you watching? I don't know. To me, it's like uncomfortable.
No, and that's so valid.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it too, I could talk myself into feeling that way, because it is like, why the watching someone else get? It's just like, yeah, I think if you really like this guy and you think he is emotionally intelligent and sound enough to hear you out and that there's a world to work past this, then you should bring it up to him, because it's worth bringing it up. If you think he's never going to change, then you have to make that decision, you know?
Yes, that is a true. I'm thinking early on, now that I'm thinking about dating, early on, he was liking someone's photos of someone he like knew in real life and like maybe casually dated. And I was like, why the hell would you like that? We were like kind of together, we're not dating. And he really didn't think anything of it. He really was just like, oh, I don't know. Like, I just was like, and he like unfollowed her and everything right away, which is like, great. I'm glad I brought it up because now he knows. But
yeah,
I truly do believe on that one, because this wasn't like a porn star or like an Instagram model. It was just like a person he knew. Yeah. And so I think he knew. And he's like, okay, well, I'll unfollow
And I will say, I saw this girl on TikTok who really changed my perspective a while ago, where she was like, listen, like, you have to remember that men sometimes need things explained to them, and before you get all mad, humor that. Even if your boyfriend doesn't get you flowers enough, instead of being passive and mean about it, be like, I really like receiving flowers and receiving things that remind me that you like me. And a lot of times a man is just, they're men, you know, they're done. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, yes, I'll get more flowers at the supermarket.
This is another quick story real quick, but also the same thing. I love it. I think I told this on Just so many times, but like Valentine's Day, I remember our first one together, and we had like bought this house. We had already bought a house together, and he like did nothing. And I was just like, I'm like, and I was single every Valentine's Day except for maybe one, and like the person didn't do anything for me, so I've always been single. And I'm like, it's Valentine's Day, like you don't have anything planned. And it was like the morning, so then by night he's like scrambling to put something together, and then his excuse to this day is like, well, I didn't know he had to do something in the morning. I thought it was nighttime, but he did scramble for the nighttime. Period. He just didn't know you're supposed to celebrate Valentine's Day. He's just like, I didn't know that was a big thing. Now every year he makes it from the morning, from the minute I wake up. It's like breakfast in bed, balloons downstairs, lights, packages for me in Malibu. Okay, what are we doing for lunch? Okay, nighttime is gonna be like lasagna and this. So now he goes so hard on it every year.
But like, period. Period.
And sometimes you just gotta say what's important to you.
I think it's important to voice what you want, because men sometimes do need that,
don't know.
You know, and they don't know. And I think I always, Valentine's Day is a perfect example. I've innately resorted to just immediately being like about something, and in reality it's like just maybe they need a little nudge. And you know, the Instagram photos is on the offense of that, but you know,
right, but maybe he truly doesn't think it bothers you. Like maybe he does think of it as just liking a photo of a girl he'll never see, and like doesn't think anything of it.
The ick really sets in when they start defending that and fighting for it. Then
what? Like,
and I'm gonna blanket statement say I know some girls don't care, but if your man is fighting for liking other Instagram photos, dump his right now. There's someone out there who literally doesn't even know how to use the app.
Yeah, exactly. What? Dump him? Did you? Oh.
He has got to go.
Ooh, that's a good podcast.
He's got to go.
He's got to go.
That's so real. Like, I'm serious.
Well, maybe not this one. Give him a chance first to explain. Yes. But if he defends himself, then he's got to go.
That's
like,
what
the
I'm
defending
saying.
Is crazy.
Yes.
Or gaslighting, being like, what? Like, oh, I hate that.
I hate that dumb. So much, because it's like any man out there who has ever said, I just mindlessly like photos, actually they should all just get together and
go away.
Next question.
Island boys.
Yes, Island boys.
Not those Island boys, but an Island boy. I could see the Paul brothers on White Lotus, like Logan on White Lotus. He seems like a White Lotus kind of person.
Very White Lotus.
Jake has too many tattoos, I think. They ever have tattoos on White Lotus? I don't think so. They cover them. Okay.
Wow, that's a fun game though, playing like who could be on White Lotus and who couldn't. Like I could see Matt King on White Lotus.
Matt King is the real life White Lotus.
Yeah, but I couldn't see like, whoa, I could really we could do this for hours.
Not David, no. He's not the White Lotus vibe.
That laugh.
Yeah.
That laugh is not giving White Lotus resort.
They wouldn't let you in. You're going to the other resort.
But listen, if I laugh, okay? Who am I? I'm just, come on. Give me a caller, Devin, before I say more stupid.
Hi, Trisha and Tana. So this is probably going to get screened out because it's not about sex or dating. It's actually about narcissistic parents. But Tana, since you've talked about that on podcast episodes, I was wondering if you could answer this. what do I do if my aunt, who's related to my mom and who I love dearly and who has been more of a mom to me than my actual narcissistic mom, is constantly trying to pressure me to talk to my mom again. It really hurts, and she won't believe my side of the story, and I wonder if I have to cut her off too. Love you both so much. And yeah, bye.
Oh,
I love her, and I just want to give her a hug so bad, dude. That's
oh my God.
so it's
like so sweet about it too.
I think it's hard because like societally and generationally, you see this a lot less in like our generation and like just the newer ones, but like those generations, it was so ingrained in people's brains, and just societally it still is, where people's first response to that is, well, they're your family, they're your blood.
Yeah.
And I've had people say that to me so much, and eventually there are people in my life that are close to me where I had to kind of drill into their brain, like, it does not matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't blame those people for saying that, because a lot of times people grow up with better relationships with their family, and they'll never be able to fully have lived your perspective, you know, where it's like, this is a non-negotiable, whether I'm related to this person or not. They don't make me feel like blood. They don't make me feel like family. They don't make me feel good. And it's never going to change. I don't think people often realize as well, like, nobody wants to cut off their family member. No one's just going to wake up one day on a Wednesday and say, you know what I mean? They left the dishes out one time too many. So goodbye. Right? Like,
oh, no.
You're cutting off a family member if you have tried everything, if you have gotten to the 1000th time, and you unfortunately, you can't change people, especially people who don't want to change. And living in that wraparound is hell. Like, of just hoping and hoping and hoping someone's going to change and trying to change them and whatever. You can't even live your own life, because then you're trying to, like, you know, dedicate yourself to this. And I just feel for you, because it's like someone that you love and you want to, like, you know, get along with and vibe, but they won't stop harping on this thing that you're definitive on. I would, if you believe there's a world where she can change her mind, you know, send her some good pieces of writing, some good things that maybe she could read up on no contact, and try to educate herself.
The aunt.
You know, and maybe try to help her understand that this is a non-negotiable, and have that conversation. I mean, you could always just have the same response, you know, just not humor it in the conversations with her any longer, and protect your boundaries in that way. I don't want to resort to just immediately cutting someone off, you know?
But honestly, sometimes, like, I never had this issue, and I was always the person that's like, it's your family, try. And I've been that, like, for so many people, because, like, I've always been able to try with my family, and then they do turn around and it's like, okay, it's great. I'm glad we have some family connection, whatever. But it wasn't until I knew someone else that was going through that, and, like, same thing, where it's like, but then other people would try to chime in and, like, come through me and be like, okay, really need to talk to this person. And then I really got it. And I was like, oh my God, you kind of have to cut off everyone who won't stop asking about it, because it's like, they don't fully, like, you can't fully get it unless you're the actual person. Even someone really close to me, I can't fully get it because I'm not fully that person until you're that person. And like you said, you tried for beyond me decades, you know, all stuff like that, like trying to get it through. And you're just like, at some point, so someone else even telling you, that's why I just had to, like, stop. I was like, you know what? Okay, you know what? Because someone else telling you, like you said, is, and it sucks because she's so close with her aunt. It's like her mom. It's like her
and
mom,
people
basically.
think, I can't stress this enough, people think that they're saying and doing the right thing. They love you. You have to understand, it's not coming from a place of, they're not trying to hurt you and upset you when they say that.
They're trying to help. They're trying to mend. And everyone thinks they can mend. And mine are always like friendships too. Like, everyone thinks they can mend, and it's like, sometimes things don't need mending, and I don't want it to mend, and you feel so much better. Well, obviously, you know more than anyone. Like, you just feel so much better when you're just not talking to that person, and it's like out, and people don't get it. They can't grasp it.
Yeah, it's just, it is like really tough, because it's like, I totally get that situation, and I hope you can work it out with your aunt, and you have to kind of decide how much her persisting affects you. I do have people in my life to this day that I love that will still try to, you know, like slip that in now and again and
With
be
your
like, well,
parents?
what if you did? And I'm able to just kind of be like, no, it's like I stand on what I believe in and I respond accordingly. And what they're saying doesn't bother me because I understand their perspective.
But think of like an alcoholic where like just a sip, just a little bit, one time is not bad. You know, it's like that stuff is like so bad because going to make the decision go non-contact is like it would be so hard. And then I feel I would assume it would get easier a little bit every day.
Yeah, it gets easier, but there is always the hard part. I think I was talking about this recently. It's an unfillable void that you have to just become okay with, you know, like nothing's ever going to fill the void of my parents, you know, because they're my parents. Like I tried for so long. I think forgiveness is also so important. Like I fully forgive them. And I think everyone, you'll get to that point in no contact and stuff where you forgive them. You don't want to harbor resentment and stuff. And maybe that's your response to your aunt where you're like, look, I forgive her and I wish her nothing but the best, but this is toxic for me in my life. You know, maybe she's cut someone off and you can try to give her that comparison, or I don't know. It's hard. I wish nothing but the best, but both answers are correct. If you have to cut her off as well, then you have to do what makes you happy in this life.
You gotta get a hard boundary on that. Be like, if you don't stop, like that's gonna be like actually drive me nuts.
Yeah,
like,
because some people, if I did have someone really close to me, I think that every day was trying to get me to like call my father and be cool with him and hang out, I probably would have to eventually get to the point where it's like, hey,
I don't want to talk to you.
No, right? Like, you know, it's like, it's not going to happen. So that's hard. And I feel for you so much. Do as much reading as you can about it. And there's so many, I'm never promoting Reddit except for when it's for that. The no contact narcissistic parents Reddit. So nice to know there's so many people out there that.
Or like fan theories like White Lotus or like Desperate Housewives where there's always like theory. Oh God, they're so smart on Reddit sometimes.
They are. They are, honestly. I like Reddit when it's not like pop culture or when it's not about me, I guess.
When it's not like,
or exactly. Negative I guess. I like it when it's like for the positive, but.
And people like stop trying to mend relationships too. I think when someone asks like, what do you think I should do? Should I do, you know what I mean? Someone asks for your opinion, people trying to mend. Like you said, it's always good intentions. I try to be a mender, but it does kind of, you don't know.
Yeah. And it is just, like I said, societally, it's like, you know what I mean? I feel like I didn't even know about other people going no contact and it being such a big thing until I was like 22, you know, and I wish I knew about that when I was or narcissistic parents or all those things, you know, you just have to remember that her generation as well, just societally, it's hard for people to wrap their heads around that you don't want to talk to your parents. But I don't think that people deserve the right to abuse you and be awful just because they're your parents, you know? And it's like,
period on that.
And then it's just like, that's what she needs to get through her head, but it's not your job. And whatever decision you make, you will find a peace and a new normal and a happy life and future. And I love you, babe.
Beautiful. That was a good one.
It's true.
I love that one. Good luck. Yeah. Yeah. Aw. Wow, you're giving advice to everyone. Everyone needed to hear it.
It's more common than you think. It's funny how many people now I have conversations with who had to do the same thing, you know? And it's hard because sometimes you always want to hold people accountable with them in your life, especially family, but sometimes the truest form of accountability is no longer receiving access to you, you know?
Yes. Yeah, that's a big one.
Especially people who can't take accountability, which goes hand in hand with narcissists.
And a lot of times it's for themselves. Sometimes like the narcissist or whatever thinks you're like doing it to them. Like it's like something about them. And it's like, I need this for me. Like I need to like live my life and not have you like gaslight me and all this other.
I see that all the time. Narcissistic parents being like, you're so cold. How can you do this to me? And it's like, no, you're abusing me. And this is your final grab to try to guilt me back into a relationship with you where I'm the victim. And it's like, no, not in 2025, baby. Hell never. Get the out of my piece. We all only have one life, you know.
Ooh, I like your voice. It kind of got raspy there.
Yeah, I sound like my father.
You have a raspy voice?
My parents.
I like it.
My parents were big smokers. They cigarettes, weed, all of it.
Oh, really?
And now here I am hitting the vape.
It's cute. It just had a raspiness now. I think because you just like had your little monologue, so I feel like it like you use so much of your voice, but it sounds cute when it's like raspy.
I am a raspy girl.
I like it. I never noticed it. I don't think. That's cute.
Yeah,
I like it.
You have like a cute, sweet voice. I have a deep.
Well, when you do that. It's not. It was a cute rasp. That's cute.
We all want what we can't have, you know? Because even when I hear like Miley Cyrus have a raspy voice, I'm like, that's so hot.
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge, Gabby Windey. Like anyone who has like a raspy voice, I'm like, that sounds so cute.
Yeah, but then when it's me, I'm like, oh my God, Tana.
No, you sound cute too. You're one of those girls.
I love you.
One more question.
One more caller.
We're crushing the questions.
We are so talented.
fast.
We are so hardworking. Dr. Drew is somewhere shaking. He's doing just fine.
Dr. Drew on here is crazy. When I think about that, I'm like, that dynamic is so crazy.
We have to do it.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. I'm excited for all of them. Jeff,
too.
my mom.
Yeah, we'll just keep talking about it and never do it. It's just going to be us forever.
No, it's like getting the couch over, but like once we do it, we'll just like make sure we book a bunch of guests in one row so we don't have to like move it back and forth.
I'm excited to hear other people because in my head, I'm like, no one could give better advice than us. Like, when in reality, like.
I love hearing other people's advice because actually we're quite similar in how we think sometimes, but it's always so funny to hear someone like a Dr. Drew who's like actually educated in this and like, oh my God, that's actually makes so much sense. Like, you know, like how to fix a relationship more than just like dump him, which I love that always.
Yeah.
But
I love psychology though, so it will be interesting.
He's so smart.
Yeah, like
Dr. Drew's my favorite guest. I want him all. I wanted to do a podcast with him, and I was just like, but yeah, it didn't work out. I was like, I'll build a set in my house. Like, I love him.
He is everything, honestly. I don't know his lore like deep like that. Just anytime I've seen anything, I'm like, he's an icon. It's Dr.
You never
Drew.
watched his like celebrity rehab shows?
No.
Those are so good. They were like on VH1 and it's like
Ooh,
these
and all
celebrities.
VH1 reality shows were so good.
Then he had like a sex rehab one for like sex addicted celebrities. Like
No.
and he would be in Pasadena and he was like giving counseling to them.
It's all in Pasadena.
Yeah, it's
Like,
always
I feel like all the rehabs, the good ones are in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's where all the houses are and everything.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. And
That's wild.
he's my favorite person. And he
Oh my
drives
God.
out this way from Pasadena. It's very
I'm going to
far.
watch that.
Yeah, it's so, oh my God, those shows, that was like early 2000s.
Being
That's
a celebrity and being willing to go on a sex rehab reality television show is like, I need to see who was down for that.
Yeah, I can't even remember now, but it was rough. Like some of those celebrities, especially the ones that were coming off of like heroin and stuff. I was like, oh, they were like celebrities.
Yeah, like you're down to like, that's wild. That takes balls. That takes courage.
Yeah.
Who needs what? What's our
Last
final
question.
call?
Hi, Tana and Trish. I was just calling to get some advice about self-love. So, my whole life I grew up with this thing called alopecia, so I kind of sometimes don't like look put together and my hair falls out and I have bald patches and whatever. But I found the love of my life and I'm getting married in about 1.5 years, and I was just wondering how I should go about feeling better about how I look. Thank you.
Oh, I love you so much, and I can't thank you enough for being so vulnerable with us and wanting our advice. And my heart aches that people, and we all feel this way, you know? I feel like you and I just had, it was on Patreon, I think, but a big conversation about how much social media, and even just with this guy liking photos and stuff, it's a perfect example. But we were talking about how like I opened TikTok, and by the time I closed the app, I've compared myself to 19 people, and I feel so not okay with who I am, and I want to change everything about myself and whatever. And comparison is just so rampant in today's media consumption, you know? And that can be a big thing. And going through something like that's also really hard, you know? Like alopecia, that is hard. But it's like you found this person. Makoa helped me a lot, and you never want to accredit your self-love to someone else loving you. I think that it does have to come from within, but I hope that you will see yourself how he sees you and how your friends see you and how everyone who loves you sees you. And I just think that you have to remember as well that whenever you see something unique on someone else, you automatically are thinking, that's so unique. They're so different. That's so cool. Like I'm never remembering how someone looks. I'm remembering how they acted. I'm remembering all of the amazing things, you know, that I like love about people versus like, no one, you're your own worst and your harshest critic, and you are so beautiful for the way you are, you know? And it's, oh God, I just hope she knows that, you know?
Yeah, I agree with all that for sure. And I think if there is any like insecurity, it's like alopecia with the hair. I weirdly, like there's a lot of girls that come to my concert with alopecia, like tell me they have alopecia, and they'll like wear like wigs, and I love a wig, you know, I'm a wig queen. So if you're really feeling like insecure for yourself, like your wedding, yeah, there's no doubt your man loves you as is, like, you know what I mean, like no matter what you look like and stuff like that. But if there is any insecurities, I mean, they make great wigs, you know what I mean?
That's so true. And that's almost like a whole fun new thing, right? Like trying all these different looks and turning a negative that you feel is a negative. It's not a negative, but you know what I mean? Into a positive, you know? And
there's solutions for it, you know, it's like for anything. But it's only if you want to. And I like, you know, there's different levels of it. But I love going with no wig. There was a girl, it's a clip from my Detroit show, and she literally had her wig off. And I was like, oh my God, I love that you just took your wig off. And she goes, I have alopecia. She like screamed at the top of her lungs. And I was like, oh my God, slay. And I wasn't actually super familiar because I said it. It was early on in my tour. And then so many other people coming, I should probably look up alopecia, like what this is. And I didn't know about it. And like, yeah, of course that would be tough, right? You think like your hair, you're so dependent on it, right? Like, oh my God, that's like my beauty, whatever.
But some of the most beautiful women in the world should buzz their head too, you know?
Yeah,
and it's like,
you could rock that for sure.
yeah, you got that gorgeous face, I'm sure. And like, just find the things about yourself where you're like, you know what? I really do like my lips. I really do like my eyes, and play it up. Do some crazy makeup. Just try to focus on the things that you do love. And I struggle with this. We all do. I think we live in a society that's doomed, right? Like Jaclyn Hill posted a video the other day where she was just talking about like the beauty standard and how much it does just get to her. How she opened up TikTok and immediately sees this girl who is clearly altered in every single way, and all the comments are like, body is tea, you're so hot, you're so this, and like, it's just not real life. Like walk around in the real world and look at people, and just people are so unique and beautiful, you know? And
we talked about this on the first episode of the day. Is just like, even going to the airport, people will be like, if I have like my hair or whatever, like if I'm wearing like glue from the day before, and they're like, do you want to fix it? Do you want to wear it? And I'm just like, why? Like there is something embracing. I call it ugly. It's not ugly, obviously, but just embracing how I am. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, there's glue in my hair. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like I'm comfortable, and we were saying how like we just like to be free. Like just like, I just want to be comfortable. There's so much in that. So like I said, you could wear a wig on your wedding day if you feel like that's going to make you happy, but also there's something just freeing about being free. Buzz it, don't buzz it, you know, have some patches. Like it doesn't matter. And if people care and if people ask about it, like screw them. Like that's so weird. Like I'm comfortable as is, you know?
Yeah, and it's like there's probably something on you right now that some girl somewhere is so jealous that she doesn't have, and is so envious. You know, like I don't have her eyes, I don't have her eyelashes, I don't have her body, I don't have her smile, I don't have her this. And we all just kind of innately do that as women because we're taught that we need to look and be a certain way. And in reality, like, you know, yeah, you're hitting the nail on the head when you're saying like just embrace, and we all need to be better about that. And it's almost something just like all good habits that, especially with the way today's society is, that we have to actively train our brains and remember to do and love yourself and embrace yourself as is, because society wants the exact opposite.
People always say that, like, you know, you're never grateful for your health until you don't have it, you know? And so, right, like obviously you're going through something like traumatic to you, and it's like, yeah, like losing your hair would be really scary, but you know, not to compare, but you're just like, well, at least I have like my health, at least it's like not cancer that's causing me to lose the hair, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, what, even if you have cancer, like there's just other things. It's like you're beating it, you're surviving it, you're here. You know, there's always just, and this is obviously easier for me to say since I haven't gone through this stuff, but I try and think that way. I was like, well, okay, I have this, you know, to try and be thankful for what you have, which is always easier said than done.
And just remain positive. And I swear to God, affirmations too have just really been changing my life these days, because it's when you say it, even if you do not believe it, you're going on the track, right? You're driving down the path now of believing it. Even if you are on step one and you're looking in the mirror and you're saying, I am so hot, I am so gorgeous, everybody wants me, I'm beautiful, this is the look, okay? These could never, even if you don't mean any of it. If you keep saying that every day, you are eventually going to start to own that more, you know? And it's
so true.
Easier said than done. We all struggle, and it's hard, but
an affirmation can be easy. Like you said, even if you don't believe it, just say it.
Until something resonates with you and helps you to, you know what I mean, try to grow in that way.
And it kind of does resonate. If you say it enough, you just kind of resonate. You know, if you just write it down. I always used to write down like, I'm rich, I'm healthy, I'm this, you know, just like whatever. I've been writing I'm skinny for a while and it hasn't worked, but maybe one day it will. The other ones are working out for me. Maybe it's I don't believe it yet. I think I'd also believe it, so start believing it. But
I mean, it's so true though. It is definitely so true.
Yeah.
To like just try to make yourself believe. I've been doing that a lot lately. Like, this is gonna sound so weird, but I've just been staring at myself in the mirror at length a lot longer than I normally have, because I think that we just go through life so fast and we just look at all these things that we could be, and we're not like the skin we're in, the shell that we're in, that's you. Yeah. And you forget that sometimes, you know, like Mel Robbins says that the only person you go through life with from birth to death is you. And I was watching her talk about that, and she was essentially saying, so you have to be kinder. Like the person who you are really holding your hand with, birth through death, is the only person is you. And it's like, you know, it's just, you might not always believe it at first, but please just be kinder.
Real. Be kind to yourself, because everyone else will try and tear you down. If you're kind to yourself and you're good with yourself, you're going to be good. That's all that
You've got this man who loves you for you. You're getting married. Life is good.
Period. You know how many girls are wishing they could find a man and get married? You know, you've already won. You're beating half of the world out there. So
dead. And it's just, please just focus on all the good. And even just her being vulnerable enough to call in. And I want to say this to everybody who's calling in, struggling with anything, even if we don't get to your call. I think that people are always saying, I want to change. But if you're calling in and asking for advice, that already means you are changing. Yeah. You are on step one of changing. It's not just like, oh, I want to love myself. You are loving yourself by placing that call and researching it and looking into it more, you know? So it's like, you're doing it. And just keep doing it. And I love you. And
I love you too.
Congratulations.
Yay. We love you. Yeah, congrats. Can't wait to see the wedding photos. You're going to look so sweet.
Wow. I know. It's like, oh my God. And no one else will be thinking of all the negative things you're thinking. Nobody. They're just going to think how beautiful you and your husband look and your gorgeous dress or where you're getting married or your vows or, you know, we are so much more than just the skin that we're in. We are also our mind, you know, like if I watched a video of a girl saying beautiful vows about her love, I'm not sitting there thinking about any of her looks. I'm listening to her words, you know. No.
People actually like appreciate uniqueness more too when it's not just like everyone's beauty standard. You know what I mean? People are just like, wait, this is so beautiful and this is so lovely. And
I know.
People want to see that. So
true.
Love that.
Wow.
Yay. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Watching.
Thank you. And thank you to everybody who calls in. I'm serious. I'm just so many girlies to be proud of out there.
I know. Oh my God. Same.
I feel like a mom today. I feel like a mother to all the crazy girls who love us.
I always say that. I said I always want to be a mom. And I was like, I didn't realize I had so many children out there because they'll come up to the show and be like, you raised me. I was like, oh, you know what? I was a mother before I was a mother.
Yeah.
And so are you.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Wow. We're sentimental today. That was beautiful. It's like we are. That like touched my heart.
I just want to see all the clips of us just being, we're hardworking, we're sentimental, we're
look at us though. We're affirming ourselves, period. Okay. We love you guys and thank you for calling. We're gonna head over to the Patreon and go on whatever the exact opposite vibe
we're
of
gonna
this
get
is.
raunch.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay.
Love you guys.
We love you.
Patreon.com/NotLoveline.